happened. Perhaps this happened. Listen, Stephanie, it literally just cut off. And I'm like, I thought I just knew I was live. And so I just had to restart it. Um, I know Visha is at work, but can you let her Daphne, what's up, girl? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, Pastor Ron? You need to be here. It's different now. Come on. I want to share this revelation. As you guys can see, it's sunny again in Mississippi. It's sunny in Miss. She beat me to what's up, Miss Allen? It's sunny here in Mississippi. I already walked earlier, but I was having one of those moments and one of those talks with God, and I just felt like, listen, I got to get back outside, God. I know I've already walked, but I'm feeling like I need to walk again with certain things that have been happening. Am I still freezing? Am I still freezing? Are we good? Are we good, y'all? And yeah, Daphne, you did beat me because I was like, tell them before I can even get your name out. Daphne all the way on here. Okay, Pastor Ron. Listen, our declaration is different now. Come on. Tell your neighbor it's different now. I appreciate y'all. Somebody needs to catch a hold of that in the Holy Ghost. It is different. It's different now. Come on. It's different now. Somebody, I could almost dance if I had a little bit of rhythm, I would dance. It's different now. Come on, tell your neighbor, listen, sir, ma'am, it's different now. It's different now. So I'm where I had to firmly shut a door today with the individual. I had to shut it so firmly. Am I still freezing, y'all? The devil is a liar. I'm probably going to have to sit still. Are we good? The devil don't want this word to get out, but it's going to get out. Now, I walked earlier, and it wasn't freezing. And now I want to freeze on me. It's different now. I had a moment today where I had to firmly shut a door. Anybody ever had to firmly shut a door? A door on an opportunity, shut a door on an individual, shut a door on a job, shut a door on, you know what I'm saying, a place, a city where you live. Anybody ever had to shut a door? And you know, sometimes when we know that we got to shut a door, come on, I'm going to stop in a few. You know, sometimes when we feel like we got to shut a door, we'll kind of shut it, but you know, but the way that we shut it kind of leaves a little bit of opening, right? Give me one if y'all ever been there. Some of y'all are there right now. Anybody ever like had a moment where God is like, shut this door, shut it. This is not the way I want you to go. This is not the place I want you to live. This is not the person I want in your life. Shut the door, close it. And you ever like, you know, been at such a place where you really don't want to close the door that God is telling you to close. You don't want to quit the job. You don't want to, you know, end the relationship. You don't want to end the friendship. You don't want to fire that person. You don't want to relocate. You just absolutely do not want to. So a lot of times when we don't want to, he says, just keep walking. All right, Abba. A lot of times when we don't want to shut a door, what happens is we'll do it a little bit, right? We'll do it a little bit. Okay, let's just say if it's a person, if you're like me and it's not really a door that you really want to firmly shut, or you still got hope that it can be something else, you'll be like, it's not right for me right now in this season. Some of y'all do that with jobs, opportunities. It's just not right in this season, but who knows? Maybe in the future, it may be a little bit different. And then, you know, you be, you know, patting yourself on the back. Like, good job. Good job, T. You shut the door. Whole time, your spirit, listen, your spirit is still at such dis-ease. Because you know exactly what God is asking you to do, but you don't really want to do it. This was me. God, I hear what you're saying about this person, But maybe if I just say, in the future, maybe we can revisit this. Maybe it'll help. Whole time, no peace. So this morning, after the first broadcast, the Lord said, shut the door. Whew. Somebody type that in. I promise y'all I'm going somewhere with this message. God told me, shut the door. And I knew that what he was meaning was, shut it for real now. You left a crack last time. Shut it for real now. Shut it for real now. Like, close it for real now. And God is telling us to close it. He was telling me close it for real now because he knows mentally I don't have to shut this door for you. I want you to shut it. Because a lot of times we be, we be wanting God to shut the door because we be feeling like we don't have the strength to shut it ourselves. Give me a one if this is you. Right? So I did exactly what I, knew I had to do. Typed in the message, right? Typed in the message, hit send, and then the person's response, it wasn't what I wanted. And so, that just really made me mad. I'm gonna be real. It made me mad when you're shutting a door, but you really don't want to shut it. And then as you're shutting the door, you don't get the response that you feel you deserve. The job don't give you the response that you feel you deserve, right? Because really what we're hoping is, God, give me a reason to not shut this door. Give me a reason to not shut this door on this job. Give me a reason to not shut this door on this person. God, give me a reason to not shut this door. And so when we finally obey and we don't get the reason to not shut the door, we be mad. We be in our feelings. We be in our emotions. The whole time their response is showing you why God said shut the door. The response that the job gives you is God letting you know, this is why I wanted you to shut the door. The response that the person gives you, friend, relationship, whatever the case may be, it lets you know this is why. And we be mad. Whole time God is like, do you not see? I'm now exposing, right? Your no to this situation, your no to this city, your no to this job. I'm showing you why it has to be. So I got into it, I was a little bit emotional. I was mad. My blood was boiling. Because I'm like, no, give me a reason not to shut the door. And the whole time God is like, I'm not going to give you a reason not to shut this door because I told you to shut this door. I told you the season was over. Told you the season was over on that job, Pastor Ron. Told you the season was over. But your fear is making you leave a crack where I told you to shut and lock it. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. So I finally get to a place where I'm all right. And I'm talking to God about it. I'm talking to God about this thing. And something clicks. And I said, Lord, it's different now. Even though this person's response was demonized at best, at worst, it was demonized. Even though I feel the way that I feel, God, the effects of what the enemy could have done is different. Because I've healed, so I no longer respond the same way to certain things. It's different now because I'm different. I've grown. I've learned. I've matured. Hello, somebody. I've done the work. So it's different now. Not only is the season different, come on, somebody, but what the enemy is used to doing, it don't have the same effect because it's different now. The things that were once able to hold me down, weigh me down, set me back, come on. Somebody say it's different now. The season didn't just shift just to shift. The season shifted because I'm a different person. Come on. It's different now. It's different now. I'm going to say it again. It is different now. And because it's different now, as you shut certain doors, you're not going to feel the effects that you think you're going to feel. Yes, some of y'all think that y'all going to, fail, that you're going to have an immense amount of, pressure build up. Some of y'all think the heartache is going to be just totally wipe you out. But the Lord says, tell them it is different now. And not only is it different in the aspect, right, of the things that God is asking us to, step away from, to shut the door on, the things that are happening, the insight that God is giving us is also different. Because God says, now that you've grown, my God, now that you've matured, now that your faith has skyrocketed to the next level, to the next season, come on, I can release something that's different to you. I can give you the answers that you were seeking in previous seasons now. I can clarify your vision now. I can make things make sense now because it's different now. And it's only different now because you're different. Somebody type in on the screen, I'm different now. I'm not the same Pastor Run as I was in January. I'm not the same Apostle T that I was in January. Come on. I'm not the same Miss Allen that I was a year ago. Come on. I'm not the same Visha that I was a year ago. I'm not the same me that I was when I was broken because I'm healed now. So the response that I get from heaven is different now. And even the response that I give to the devil when I know he's on my back, it's different now. Come on, somebody. It's different now. That's been ringing in my spirit for the past few days, right? But before I only had a portion of it. Visha originally said it. And when she said it, I couldn't let it go. It's different now. And it's like everywhere that I looked, I just saw God is different. It's different. I'm not one to decorate. But this Christmas, God, you got me decorating. Decorating like I design houses for a living. I even began to see it like in the way that God dealt with me about business as he began to expand my knowledge, make things that didn't make sense in the past. They began to make sense. I saw that. I was talking to Visha about it last night. I said, Lord, it's different. Now I'm in the fullness of your time and I can pursue these things. Not only that, but now, God, you can give me the insight that I couldn't receive then. Because now I'm the person that I need to be to pursue these things. But today showed me the other spectrum of it. Right on one spectrum, God is saying, I can open the door now. That's a lizard. I can open the door now because you're different now. You get to experience different things now. But today I got to see the other aspect of it. How it correlates to the doors that God needs us to shut. Yeah. See, some of y'all got some doors that God is saying, I need you to shut this door. You've held on long enough to this dead end situation. You've held on long enough to this physical weight. You've held on long enough to this job. You've held on long enough to this city. You've held on long enough to this house. You've held on long enough to this building. You've held on long enough to these dead end connections. You have held on long enough. And the Lord is saying, shut the door. And for some of y'all, God is saying, you see, you didn't shut the door in the past to this thing. And so I couldn't shut the door because had I shut the door back then, this shut door would have broke you. It would have shattered you. It would have made you feel as if you were incapable of doing what I've called you to do. So shut the door now. Some of y'all, this job is not God's best for me. I'm only keeping the job because I feel like I don't have the faith to see God really shift and move things in my life. God, I know that this is not the friendship for me. It's not the relationship for me. God, I know that this is not the one I'm supposed to marry. But because I've been holding on, because I had a fear that if I let go of this, that you wouldn't send me friends that were from you and not hell. I held on to this to this person because I had a fear that if I let go, I wouldn't find the person that you made just for me to marry. I've been holding on to my idea of how this business is supposed to run because, well, I had a fear that if I really let go and let God, that the business would not grow. Who am I talking to? Shut the door. And the Lord says, because you're shutting it at a point where you're different, where you're healed, where you've grown, the effects that the devil thought that it was going to have will be no more. Come on. The effects you thought, the Lord says, will be no more. So, I'm laying down at this point talking to God because I was really upset, and I was coming down from what I call an emotional high. An emotional high is when you deal with something that really makes you emotional, really triggers you. And so you kind of have to come down off of that emotional high to see what God needs you to see. So, I'm like, God, something? I'm comparing this door that I just shut to like my ex, to like years ago, the old me. And I'm like, God, yeah, I see how this could have been potentially worse, but God is different now. Not only was I able to see the signs before the damage was done, but I also showed you this area of my life is no longer an idol. And that shows me that I can receive what you have for me. Not only that, God, if this thing was it was disguised so well to make me feel like it was the real deal, the fact that I was able to shut the door and recognize that this was the devil's work, it lets me know that when you bless me with the real thing, the real McCoy, it's really going to be something that not only makes the devil mad, but it lets me know that if this felt like the real thing, my God, if this felt like the real thing, oh God, I know that the real thing is so close. Come on, somebody. It's so close. And I said, God, I recognize it's different now. My responses are different now. Not only is everything I see around me different now, come on, but Lord, I'm seeing that my responses to the devil are different. Come on. Come on, somebody type that in. My responses to the devil are different. You see that when the devil used to attack me, I used to freak out. I used to let depression come upon me. I used to let anxiety come upon me. I used to be like, God, I am just so done. I'm so over this thing. It is over with. But now that I'm different, now that I've grown, now that I've healed, now that you've matured me, my responses are different to the attacks. Come on. Yeah, devil, I see you trying to attack my health, and you want me to spiral. You want me to speak curses. But because I've grown, my response is different. Yeah, devil, I see you attacking my mind. I see you trying to attack my finances. But my response is let you know, devil, that I'm unfazed. And I'm unfazed because I know that I've arrived at my promise. My responses are different because I know that I'm in a season where it's my time to be blessed, my time to be prospered, my time to be exalted. Come on, somebody. It's my time, Daddy. And I know that it's nothing that the devil can do. So, yeah, my responses are different. You see, that's how you move when you really understand that you've come to a place where God said the kairos, you've entered into the kairos of God, where you understand that God, it's my time. I know I've graduated. I've graduated from the place of transition. And even though I may still be waiting on the physical manifestation of the world showing me, of earth showing me that is my time spiritually, I know that I have arrived here. And because I know that I've arrived, what the enemy does, it's like a chihuahua trying to knock me down. It carries no weight. Come on. So because I know that what the enemy is doing, what he's trying to do carries no weight, baby, I'm unaffected. I'm unaffected by the people that the devil uses. I'm unaffected by these little hits because I've made it through worse. Come on. I've made it through worse. Come on, I dare y'all to just say that. I've made it through worse, so I know that I don't have to freak out now. I know that I don't have to fear now. I know how to turn it because I've made it through worse. I know I have the strength to turn down anything that I perceive is not pushing me closer to, come on, to my promise, closer to the vision. Come on, that you've given me, Father. I've made it through worse. And because I've made it through worse, what I now perceive is so different. Because I know that really the devil is no threat. Huh. Come on, that's how you know you've really arrived. That's how you know you've really arrived. That's how you really know that you really believe that it's your time, when you realize even the devil is no threat. God, not only do I perceive the different opportunities, the different caliber of people, come on, the different, revelations now, but I also know that the devil ain't even no threat. So now when I look at, so now my response to what the devil is doing is, that's all you got? Yeah, that's all you got. That's all you can do. Let me keep moving. And so as I'm laying there in my bed, and that's what my response is, like, that's really all the devil had to try to trip me up. And I was sitting there like, God, I'm not really affected. Like, I was mad, but I'm not really affected. I'm not really hurt. Because this attack carries no weight. Come on. That's how you know that that God is really about to promote you, that God is going to really exalt you. Baby, David was not worried about the size of Goliath. He didn't care. He didn't care. Yeah, he went through his little season, in the wilderness, in the pastures. He went through that season of being rejected, being abandoned. He went through the struggle. Even when God spoke his word over him, David, you're going to be the next king. He still had to go back to the field. The same field that I'm sure he was ready to come up out of that field, but he had to go back. But when his time came, baby, come on, when his time came, he wasn't worried about Goliath because, well, he had been through worse. He had been through worse. So why everybody else freaking out around him, everybody else in disarray, Saul feels like, I got to armor you up in the best armor. David looking at Saul like, sir, y'all are worried about this? I done been in the field fighting ligers, tigers, and bears. This ain't nothing. And really what was happening was, I feel that subconsciously, David knew this is my time. The devil took his best shots in the field. Could have been killed, could have been ate up. He realized at that point, it's really nothing that the devil can do. And so you know what he did? He owned it. Come on. He owned it. He owned the fact that, yes, it's a supposed giant before me. He owned it. He owned the fact that, yeah, okay, I see the enemy, but I also know what God spoke. I also know that the fullness of time has come. I also know that I'm going to be the next king. I might not know how God is going to do it, but I know what he spoke, and I know that it's time. This was me in my room. God, I see what the devil doing, but I also know, God, I'm going to be married one day. I'm going to be married, and I'm at a point, God, where I've been through so much, and I know that that was the last thing that the devil had. But God, I know it's my time. And so, yeah, this may have happened. It may have upset me. But God, I'm not set back because I've made it through worse. So, as I'm in the room, I started thanking God. God, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for showing me what it really was. And then it turned into, God, this was an area that I used to fear you. And I used to not fear God, but I used to fear being alone, I had fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. And I realized, God, in the past, this was a door I would not shut. These were things, areas where God himself would have to step in and shut these doors. But I recognized, I said, God, I've grown because I actually fully shut this door. It ain't no return from that. God, this person is on block and delete. And so then I said, Lord, help me not stay stuck on this. Help me not stay stuck on what the enemy's trying to do. But Lord, help me receive the freedom that comes from Jesus. Help me to move forward. Help me to not get hung up on setbacks, on disappointments, on frustration. Help me be free in my mind so that I can truly be free to do what you need me to do, so that I can truly be free to receive what you have for me. God's response to me was, heaven is applauding. He told me, heaven is applauding you. You've graduated. And then the Lord said, it's different now. Come on. I'm hungry now. It's different now. Yeah. Now notice I ain't saying, okay, God, you want me to walk around one more time? Now notice, God isn't saying that your time means that the devil won't be present. But what God is saying is, you've grown so much. You've healed so much to where even when you see the devil attacking you, it won't even matter. It won't even matter. Come on. It won't even matter. Why? Because the victory is set in stone. And because you know that you've made it through worse and even the attacks are nothing for you, you know that it's only a matter of time. It signifies the coming of the promise. That battle with Goliath signified the coming of the promise, of the prophecy that God has spoken over his life. Come on. So the battle that many of us are fighting, and let's be real, it ain't really a battle. Goliath really wasn't even a battle. David did it with his eyes closed. So what many of us are seeing are just the enemy trying to just upset you, just him trying to irritate you, just him trying to make you feel like you're not prepared to receive your promise. But in fact, what God is saying is, it's different now because the promises are coming. The promises have arrived. Yeah, you may be waiting on the physical manifestation of it, but the Lord says, come on, somebody. The promises are coming. It's different now. Your responses to the battles are different now. They ain't even battles. You can do this with your eyes closed. So for many of us, we're going to be seeing both spectrums of this happening. For some of us, we're going to be literally seeing, how it's different with the way that God deals with us, the visions that he gives us, right? An increase of insight. My God, an increase of insight, the revelations that are coming, the open doors that are coming, right? We are literally going to be seeing this. I hope that y'all are hearing me. For some of us, for all of us, we're gonna be seeing both. You're gonna be seeing how it's different than the way that God deals with you, and even the things that become available to you right now. But then you're also going to be seeing the opposite side. You're going to be seeing your strength and your ability to shut the door on certain things, shutting the door on procrastination. My God, shutting the door on gluttony, shutting the door on laziness, shutting the door. Come on people, on opportunities, shutting the door so that you can receive the new, because it's different now. Whew. It's different now. It's different now. It's different now. It's different now. I need y'all to type that in. It's different now. What becomes available to you now is different. Things that you couldn't get access to in previous seasons because it was not God's timing will now be available to you. It's different now. But also your responses, the caliber of even the attack, it's going to be different. Your responses to the devil are going to be different. No, you will not freak out. No, you will not be set back. No, you won't be going backwards. It is different now. And not only as you shut doors and as you receive new access to things, people, opportunities, places, whew, my God, the spoils will be different. Yeah, you thought you were blessed before, my God. Yeah, you thought you were favored before. Yeah, you thought God was prospering you before. But the caliber of the blessing, the caliber of the breakthrough, the caliber of the miracles that will be happening now will be different. It's different now. And that's the word, man. Whew. That's the word. That is the word. I know I don't need to say this, but y'all need to sow. This word was so rich that y'all cannot afford not to sow. Even if you say, Apostle, I only got $1 to sow your dollar and label it. It's different now. Mrs. Etna, you need to sow, you need to release 10 into this word. I don't know why God said that number, but you need to go ahead and release that. It's different now. Yeah, things are still happening around you, but God is saying, you've grown. Have I not shown you that you've been through worse? Have you not made it through worse? It's different now. Pastor Ron, you brother, you need to release a seed into this word. God says you know that though. He tells you not to wait on that. It's different now. Yeah, the devil's still present. He'll forever. He'll be our forever, you know, adversary until the time of Jesus coming back. But God says, even though he's attacking you, it's gonna be different because now you know that it's your time. Now you receive and you understand, and the way that things are shifting around you, you know that it's your time. The attacks won't have any effect. The attacks won't have any effect. So listen, there are 2 ways for y'all to sow. Cash App, PayPal. The attacks have been very petty. Cash App, PayPal. Bunny C, you need to sow into this word. God says you know that. Now, we don't need to go back and revisit obedience because we've already talked about that. God has already released the words. He's already released his expectations of what it means to be obedient, why he needs us to be obedient. But now it's on you. I've done my part. I've done my part. Now you guys go do yours. That's it. It is different now. God says, I need to say that again. It's different now. And there's somebody on here that needs to tithe. I don't know who you are. Pay your tithes. Stephanie Cruz, you need to sow seed into this word. And that's it, man. I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. God says you guys need to know the funds of what you guys are donating are going towards rent. I want to say we are 160. We're 160 away from what we need to pay it in full. 160 is it'll pay rent in full. And so that is where the funds are going to go towards. Anything that is left beyond that is simply going to go towards groceries. But that's it, man. That is it. Now the goal is 150. Can I get you to type that in, Stephanie? God is making me stay put. The goal is 150. And again, it's just simply to pay rent in full. That is it. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Hold on. That is it. Tomorrow is the very last day to get it paid for in full. And so that is where the money is going to. Again, the goal is 150. Am I freezing? Can somebody let me know if I am freezing? Because I don't see no comments. Am I freezing? Am I freezing? Am I freezing? I need somebody to comment. I believe I'm freezing.